feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming the advice video. If you guys who didn't know, I'm starting an advice little segment on my channel. If you want to participate in the next video, I will leave the email in the description bar down below. It's just advicewithgab@yahoo.com. For this, our first one, I'm going to be asking Henrik for his opinion.
That's right.
So I just want to preface this by saying that we're not professionals, we're not doctors, we don't have a degree in counseling or anything like that. This is just specifically for fun and just to get like another perspective. I know personally, like if I'm going through something that I need advice on, it's always nice to like hear someone else's opinion. It can kind of just like broaden my horizon a little bit, give me another perspective. So that's what I'm here to do for you guys. Henrik is my first helper.
So we're professionals of our lives.
Yeah.
We've
right?
had lives before.
Oh,
We've
sorry.
been alive for
I have an itch in my ear.
26 and 24 years, so.
Yeah. Chances are we've gone through like a lot of the stuff that you guys have gone through. So.
We're 50.
Together?
Yeah. 50 years life experience. How do you feel?
Well, 49.
No, wait. That's not
Okay,
right.
you're 26.
No, but 25 plus 25 is...
50. So 26 plus 24 is 50.
Oh yeah, facts. Sounds a little slow.
Okay.
Middletown Public Schools.
Okay, so I want to say thank you so much for everyone who sent an advice question in. I almost said a comment. Advice question in. Thank you so much. I don't think we'll be able to get to all of them today just because I want to like give you guys like detailed answers. But definitely we will answer them in the next few videos coming up. Like the next few advice segments coming up.
Absolutely.
Okay, the first one is from Anonymous. She says, "Hi Gabriella, my husband wants a divorce because I want a child and he does not. We've only been married less than a month. Do I stay with him and give up my dream of becoming a mom, or do I let him go? Thank you." Oh, that's so hard. Honestly, that's such a difficult position to be in. My gut instinct would say, like, if he doesn't want a child and that's something that you've always dreamed about, then I don't know if it would work out. That's what my gut instinct is saying, just because I share that dream with you. Like, being a mom is something that I've always dreamed about. Like, literally since I was a little girl. Like, I always played house. I always wanted to be the mom. I've always wanted to be a mom. So, like, I feel like if I were to get married to somebody and they didn't want children, or like they just told me that they didn't want children, I don't know, like that could be a deal breaker for me. What I want to know is, and it sucks that I can't like ask you because you're not right here. What I want to know is, like, did you know that he didn't want children before you married him? Or did he like lie and say like, oh, like maybe it's a possibility in the future, and then now that you're married, he's like, no, I don't want children.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like if you knew this going in, you know, I would say that it's kind of like you kind of knew this already, and you really can't try to change it on him now. I know it's like a dream of yours, but if you already said like, no, this is not an option, it's something I've never wanted. But if, you know, I feel like it'd be very strange if you guys are married and you've never had this conversation.
Yeah.
But if he did say yes, oh yeah, you know, definitely it's an option, and now he's saying divorce, or, you know.
Well, no, he's not saying divorce. She's saying that.
That's what he said, no?
She was thinking about divorce, I thought. Or she said he wanted a divorce.
Wants a divorce because I want a child. That's what I'm saying.
Your husband wants a divorce because you want a child and he does not. So that's what I'm saying. So you guys, so maybe I find it hard that you never had the conversation, because I know like me and Henrik, we literally had the conversation like 2 months in, because I was like, I don't want to get serious with somebody if this is not a future goal of theirs. So I find it a little hard, like you guys didn't have the conversation, or maybe he like lied about it, or did one of you guys like lie about it just because you really love the person and you wanted to try to make it work, and now all of a sudden like you're married and you're realizing like, okay, I really do want a family, like I really want children, and now he's saying like, okay, like I want out because of that. So
I would say let's go from the angle that they didn't have this conversation. And if they didn't have this conversation, I feel like it's a more extensive conversation that you have to have.
Yeah, you have to have like a real deep conversation, because if he's just saying he wants a divorce and he no kids, like it's not even an option, he wants a divorce, then honestly, girl, like I know you probably love him so much, but if that's something that you've always wanted and you like are yearning for it, like I don't feel like you should have to give that up for anybody.
And again, we never want to advocate divorce, and we never want to advocate, just leave them. And
definitely have a really deep conversation before you make any like rash decisions. Either of you, like, you definitely need to have like an honest conversation where like you can just be open to one another and like truly just talk about maybe why he doesn't want to have children, or like why it's such a big deal to you to have children. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he doesn't understand why you need to have them so badly, or you don't understand why he doesn't. Like, I don't know, maybe he had a terrible childhood, or like there could be deeper issues, you know what I mean? So I think that maybe you guys should truly like sit down and have a really deep conversation and try to figure it out, and maybe like get a little background on each other, and like see maybe why each other like wants to have kids and doesn't want to have kids, and then go from there. But if he just doesn't even want to have the conversation, he's just like not open to it at all, he's just like, I don't want to have kids, I don't want to talk about it, then I think that's where maybe you can like think about, okay, like, is this really the relationship that I want to be in? Is this something I can give up? Is this something I can live with when I'm 80 years old and I look back on my life? Like, am I going to regret staying with this man and not ever having children?
But this is a marriage. I feel like you can say that in a relationship that's not,
Yeah, it's definitely more serious because it's a marriage. More serious.
So, for me, in the way I feel about it, if you've never had this conversation,
but they've only been married less than a month. So how long have you guys been together for? That's the thing that I don't understand.
So that's what I'm saying. If we're going in from the angle that they never had this conversation, and this is this is strange, but it'd be the first time that it's coming up.
Yeah, so maybe it's like a new marriage, and like it is a new marriage, but I mean, like, maybe it's like a new relationship.
Exactly.
Like, it was kind of like a love at first sight type of thing. Yeah.
So if you're saying that, I think some men, with the idea of children, again, he might have a past, like Gabriella said, he had a rough childhood, or, a kid puked him on an airplane or something, and he just doesn't like kids or something like that. No, but, yeah. Okay. But I was saying, like, you have to just, again, I never want to advocate divorce. And I don't want to say just like, oh, get rid of him because it's not that. I feel like we don't know the situation 100%. But I'd say if this is something you really want, and this is a partnership, and again, it is a lifelong commitment having a child. It is. I was going to say 18 years, but it's a lifelong commitment having a child. So it is very serious, and some people are very hard on that point. But I feel like you have to continue that conversation for, as long as possible, a few times before. Yeah, like bring it up more than once. Like if he's not open to having the conversation once, try it a couple times. Like I said, it's like Henrik's saying, like it's a marriage. It's not just like, okay, you don't want to have kids, see you later. Like, no, this is like a legal marriage. Like there's a lot more into it than just like being able to break up with somebody. Like you guys share a life together. So. And I'm also curious, is it like, hey, let's talk about kids? No. It's just like a shutdown, or these are long, all-night conversations that you're having. That's something that we don't know. We don't know, but. So based off of your question, I say, just to wrap it up a little bit, because we can talk about this all day. Yeah. Just to wrap it up a little bit, I would say, if you haven't had the conversation, that's definitely what you want to do first before making any type of like rash decision on just like getting a divorce right away. And if he tries to shut it down quick, don't just allow it. Like, no, we're going to have this conversation. Yeah, you need to have the conversation. You need to open up communications and see why he feels that way, and maybe explain to him why you feel that way, and see if maybe you can come together on something. Like, it doesn't have to be right now. Maybe if you want to have a child in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, I'm not sure how old you are, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not, maybe he's just scared, like he doesn't want it right now. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, just try to work with him, try to compromise. Everybody's got to compromise. I don't think you should give up your dream of being a mother. I know how deep that dream runs for me. If it runs the same as far as, like, in you, then I know what you're feeling, and I wouldn't want to give up that dream for any man. But then again, like, I wouldn't marry someone knowing that they didn't want to have kids. So if you guys have never talked about it, then you really need to have the honest conversation with each other, open up the communications, and hopefully it works out for you guys. Let us know. Give us an update. If you do have this conversation, take our advice, give us an update, send us an update email, and I would love to, like, read that to you guys and just, like, for myself. So do you feel like we answered that? Well, I was going to say, and you know, just to add on to it, like, if someone did lie, whether you or it be him, I would say then that person needs to be accountable, whatever way that they lean towards. If it's you, like, oh no, I don't need a kid, I don't want kids, or it was and him, then like, you say like, okay, no, I really do need it. And, surprise, it's my life's dream.
Yeah.
Or it's him being like, yeah, I'll have it. Then there needs to be an impasse, and then there has to be a serious conversation at that point of whether what side is going to have the eventual hearsay. Everybody wants to start a family. If you're married, I assume that's the end goal. I'm sure he might. I don't know how old you guys are, but it might be that he is at that age that he doesn't want a kid, or if he's an older man and doesn't want kids at all. Then again, it kind of depends. I never say go towards divorce, but if, like Gabriella said, if this is the most important thing that you've ever wanted to do in your life, then it is. I agree. There's some points in your life you have to be completely selfish, and if this is one of them, then that's the hill you have to die on.
Right.
And I agree. Then I would say follow your dream and just have to move on.
Yeah, follow your heart. Whatever your gut is telling you to do, typically your gut is right. So, all right. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
I hope this advice helped you. Again, please send in an update if you decide to do anything. Let us know.
Absolutely.
Okay, next question is from Peyton, and I believe that this is not anonymous because you didn't say you want to stay anonymous. So
if you did, our bad.
You didn't say it. Okay. So she says, hi, my name is Peyton. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior in high school and I'm stressed about graduating and starting my adult life. I don't really want to go to college, but I want to be able to have a career that allows me to be financially stable. Do you have any tips to help me figure this out? Thank you so much. Also, I don't want to ramble, but you're such a positive influence in my life and I'm comfortable with who I am thanks to you. Keep shining bright and I love you. XOXO Peyton. I love you too.
We love you too.
Okay. So I understand how stressful that is. Trust me, like when I was in high school, or a senior in high school at least, like all these things are running through my head. I knew my parents really wanted me to go to college, but I knew that that was not something that I truly wanted to do. And I understand like having all this pressure to like find your career and like try to find out like who you want to be and what you want to be for the rest of your life and being able to support yourself and, make a life for yourself. I totally understand that. It's so stressful. If you can learn from my mistakes, what I ended up doing was going to college for a semester, finding out that I absolutely hated it. I could not do it. I wasted a lot of my parents' money going to college for that one semester. I should have just followed my gut and not went to college, honestly. And just stuck with what I wanted to do, which I ended up going to beauty school, cosmetology school. Sometimes it takes about a year or so to really figure out what career path you want to go down, what you want to do. And that can all change. I have so many friends who went to college 2 years in and they're like, you know what? I just can't see myself staying with this major. I need to switch majors. And then they just switch majors. So don't feel like you're the only one who doesn't know exactly what they want to do right now. I know that it may seem like that because everyone's like, okay, I'm going to school for this. I'm going to school for this. I'm going to school for that. But deep down, not everyone knows exactly what they want to do at 18 years old. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And I agree with that. It's hard to know. I think it's pretty crazy that at 18 years old, you're figure out what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And
that's so stressful.
And just, what we're doing right now, there's a lot of avenues that you can go away from the norm. As a person who, I did go to college, I didn't finish college. I went to just a community college for, a few years and I majored in criminal justice. I'm clearly not doing that right now. But I find that if you can find a vocation, something that you can do that doesn't necessarily require college, and I know you're she's Peyton, right? It's a girl.
Yeah.
I know, again, that's mechanic, and there's a lot of things like that.
No,
but there's definitely realtors. I don't think you need a college degree for that.
No, it's just realtor school.
You can
esthetician school, but
exactly.
Even still, you still
trade schools.
You still may not know that you what you want to do, and it doesn't sound like you know exactly what you want to do. So
take a year, travel.
Take a year at 18 years old. No,
balling.
You can travel. I'm just saying, take a year and or, it doesn't have to be a year. Take a couple months. Take 6 months. Take just some time and, try to find yourself and really figure out what your passion is in life and, what you can truly see yourself doing. And then chase that. Whatever that is, chase it. So if that's doing makeup, if that's grooming dogs, if that's whatever, going to esthetician school, whatever it is, those are just the ones that are coming up in my head. Chase that because you don't want to do something that you're going to be miserable in. Life's honestly way too short to be miserable, and it's not always about making the most money. It's about being happy. You have to find what makes you happy.
Yeah. But she did say that she wants to, have a sustainable living, being financially stable. So whether there's let's say Gabriella said dog grooming. You hear that oh, I want to cut dog's hair, and that's what there's always an avenue to create a successful lifestyle and
Yes.
something that you love.
You can always be the best.
Exactly.
Or strive to be the best at whatever you love to do.
And everything and anything can be a business for you if you have
Right.
the skills and the ability to do it the right way. So definitely, whatever the case may be, stick with it, and whatever you have, the skill you want to be and do,
chase it.
And
even if you don't know that right now, like I said, take some time off.
Into a business.
Try to figure out what it is that you want to do. I mean, it could be literally simple as like dog grooming. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds silly, like who wants to be a dog groomer? But like some people do. Like, whatever your passion is and whatever you want to do in life, chase that. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody like get in your way. If you don't know what it is right now, which that's what this advice question is, take some time. That's my advice. Take some time off. Don't rush into college or make any rash decisions if you don't want to. Like, take the time, figure out what you want to do. If you want to go to school in 6 months, great. If you don't want to go to school in 6 months, great. Like, maybe talk with your parents. Like, explain to them. Like, I don't know what I want to do.
Or like I said, a community college. You know, because the first 2 years of straight up college are, you know, you're gonna pay $40,000 a year to take English classes. You know, do something that you can like go pay a little bit less money if you can do it yourself, or if your parents are willing to do that, and then you can go from there. And if college is not, then you really know college is not for you.
Right, and then you didn't waste all this money.
Exactly.
I hope that helped you. I hope we gave you some good advice on that question. Again, let us know if you have any. Again, let us know if you have any updates. I would love to know if this advice helped you at all.
My life is ruined.
Good luck to you. Best of luck. Congratulations for graduating high school soon.
Yes, congratulations.
That's so exciting. Such a great time. Okay, the next question. I'm not sure if you want to be anonymous. Oh, yes, she does. Okay. She would like to be anonymous. She says, "Hi, Gabriella. I love your videos. They're a perfect mix of beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. Anyway, I would like to remain anonymous. I'm a 16-year-old girl from Canada. I wanted to ask your advice on dating in high school as a bigger girl. A lot of my friends have boyfriends or are talking to boys. I, however, have never had a boyfriend or even have had a guy talk to me in a flirtatious way. And it's something I'm really insecure about. Also, I think because I'm a big girl, I just assume most guys don't want to date me, so I usually don't flirt or show my interest in them. I also am a bit shy, so maybe I just don't seem approachable. I'm not sure. I was hoping maybe you could share part of your dating experience in high school. It's something I feel very insecure about, and I feel like people judge me because I don't have a boyfriend. Thanks so much again, and I really enjoy your channel."
Well, no, I'm kidding. It's not you.
Thank you so much, first of all. Second of all, I totally relate to you. Like, totally relate to you. I had a boyfriend in high school. My water's over here if you guys see it with a straw. I had a boyfriend in high school, however...
What?
Yeah, freshman year.
Really?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
However, I was I was super insecure. As you guys know, I've told you about this. Like, I was very, very insecure till I was probably a junior in high school. And I kind of ruined that relationship on my own. Like, I did it to myself. I personally would like feel very insecure too. Like, my mom would invite him over for dinner and I wouldn't eat in front of him because I'd be so concerned with like him seeing me eat. Like, I would only wear sweatshirts. You guys know this. I only wear sweatshirts until like 10th grade. I literally would wear sweatshirts 8th, 9th, 10th grade, half of 10th grade. And was so ashamed of like my body and anything like that. So I just didn't eat in front of him. I didn't want to like sit too close to him. I didn't want to sit on the couch because I was embarrassed of how I would look when I would stand up, and like if I would kind of like struggle to get my body weight out of the couch. Like, that's how insecure I was. So I know what you mean when you say that. So dating in high school can be really hard, especially the fact of like all the pressure, like you said, of like finding a boyfriend, and all your friends have boyfriends and everyone's getting asked to prom, and everyone, you know what I mean? Like, it's a tough time, especially for someone who's plus size. But I don't think you should be afraid to talk to guys. I also don't, obviously there's guys out there who love plus size women, and not in a fetish type of way, that just genuinely like are gonna think you're beautiful regardless of how much you weigh or what you look like. You know, there's good guys out there who are gonna find you beautiful. So as far as like me giving you advice on that, like, if I could go back to myself in high school, like, I would have told myself, like, stop the bullshit. You look the same no matter if you eat or if you sit on the couch or if you hug him, like you feel and look the same. Like the person you are interested in, or like any guy, like knows what you look like. They know what you look like. So it doesn't matter if you eat in front of them or if you like sit on them, or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. So
I'm sure at 16, half the guys that you are that you want to talk to are afraid to talk to you, and then they're not talking to you. If that makes any sense.
I don't think it probably has a lot to do with your weight. It's probably just guys being guys. Like,
yeah. And again, 16 now. You know, I know the 16 is not our 16. They're like, you know, they're a little bit more
16
mature.
like 21.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you just have to have a little bit. You know, it's very easy for me to say, but just a little bit more confidence.
Well, I know you dated in high school. You dated a plus size girl in high school. So what was that like? I mean, did she show any type of insecurities?
Oh well, yeah. Everybody has
insecurities. Did you feel like uncomfortable to approach her?
No, never.
Was she unapproachable? Like,
no. The thing is, she was not hard to approach. She just made you feel as if she's anybody else. Your weight doesn't define you. Your personality defines you, and if you have a great personality, people are going to come flocking to you regardless.
Right.
So you just need to, and I know it's, again, like I said, it's easy for me to say, to have confidence, and I know you just said you're shy, but just try, you know, it doesn't have to be a full-blown, you know, every time you walk into a room, like, hello, confident, like, it just needs to be, you know, little by little, as comfortable as you feel with. Talk to that person that you think, you know, might not want to talk to you. Just say hello and be, you know, and get out there and just be a little bit more social. And just, you don't have to feel that you cannot talk to someone because of the way you look.
Honestly, like, since social media is such a big thing right now, like, if there's a guy you're interested in or, like, anything like that, like, reach out on social media. It may be easier to start a conversation, like, over a message or over, like, Instagram or over something like that, than doing it in person at first, you know? It may just be easier to break the boundaries that way, and because you are shy, it probably is a little bit easier to be behind the screen, you know, instead of just being like face-to-face until you get comfortable with them. Build up a friendship at first, and then move it into a relationship or see where it could go, you know? You never know. So just be yourself and try to be open to the idea. I feel like when you're open to love and you're open to relationships and positivity and things like that, things just naturally come your way. So just try to be as open to it as possible.
Exactly.
And don't let your insecurities get in your way, girl. That's the one thing that I really wish I did not allow myself to do, is don't let your insecurities get in your way, because I know you're beautiful no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a guy out there somewhere, no matter if it's when you're 16, 17, 18, 21, whatever it is, that's going to show you that he loves you for you, he likes you, he finds you beautiful. Like, don't ever think that there's never going to be a guy that finds you attractive. That's the mentality that I had when I was growing up, because family members always put into my head, like, you're fat, you're never gonna get this, you're never gonna get that, you're never gonna get, you know what I mean? And then it fucks with you. Don't let that fuck with you. Like, just be you and know that love is out there and it's a possibility for you, and it will come when you're ready for it. And
I will add on to, because she said something that's great, because I kind of forgot the age that we're in now. Us men, guys, boys, at 16 are very susceptible. We do not know what's right in front of us. So if you like a guy, and again with social media, if you have his Instagram or you have his Snapchat, if you show interest in him, he will realize we're stupid. If you show a little interest in him, like a picture, like 2 pictures, okay?
Right, send him a DM.
Send him a DM.
Hey, again, what's up?
And it's not like, hey, let's date, you know.
Hey,
just,
what's up?
Like, if he posts something.
Or you could even be like, hey, like, if he's in your class, like, hey, did you get the notes on this or something? Nothing. Be like, oh, did you get the notes today in Spanish class? Like, I missed this part or something like that. You know, just like an excuse to get in the door and, like, talk to him.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you guys can build up a friendship and then lead into a relationship, and hopefully.
And exactly, that's what. And if you lead forward just a little bit to get his attention, then he will reciprocate the attention towards you, and then you could possibly make that into... You
just have to be open. That's my main advice. Just be open to it. Try not to be so insecure. I know that it's super difficult, but just realize that you're a beautiful woman, and it doesn't matter what you look like, you know, anything like that, how much you weigh, doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Just be open, be friendly, be positive, and see what happens, you know?
To our favorite 16-year-old Canadian girl.
I hope that helps. Okay, so the next question, I don't know if she wants to be anonymous. Next question says, hey guys, so I've struggled with anxiety basically since I was little, and it's probably due to being overweight. Do you guys struggle with the same thing? It takes me 10 minutes to actually force myself to go into the grocery store or any other store, and I feel like people stare at me even though I know they aren't. If you do have anxiety, how do you guys cope with it? P.S. I fucking love your videos and I look forward to them so much. I'm so happy you guys bring us into your lives every day. Your family cracks me up so much. We love you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we can bring you like joy and laughter. I love it. But obviously, like, I do struggle with anxiety. It's something that I definitely can relate to. Like, I totally relate to you. Especially with like going into the grocery store. I don't know what it is, but the grocery store gives me so much anxiety as well. Like, it's not any store, but it's basically the grocery store. It gives me a lot of anxiety. Not necessarily because I'm overweight and I feel like people are staring at me. It's more of like a thing where I feel like I have like this thing where I feel like I'm trapped. Or like I can't get out quick enough. As far as like getting over your anxieties, I feel like maybe bring someone with you into the grocery store if you can. Like if you have a significant other or like a best friend, maybe go grocery shopping with them to get like you guys together. Or do it at a time where like the store is less crowded, like maybe early in the morning or like later at night, like 8 o'clock at night.
No, don't let her go. This is where I want to.
But that's about anxiety. I'm not talking about how she should feel insecure. This is about anxiety. Like, and anxiety is something that you can't just break free of.
I know,
anxiety is something that if you have it, you have it, and it's something that you have to find ways to overcome. It's not this. It's not just something that you can just snap your fingers and say fuck everyone and now I'm over it.
No, I know that. But
anxiety is something that you have to find accommodations for, and I totally relate to that and understand that. That's what I'm saying. Like personally, for me, if I go to the grocery store with like Henrik, I'm fine. If I go to the grocery store with like Caitlin or someone or like one of my other friends, like I'm fine. But going by myself for some odd reason, I just start to get, I'm in my own head, you know? And I think that sometimes if like you're alone in an anxious place or somewhere that you know causes you anxiety, then you're in your head more because you're just by yourself, you know what I mean? You don't have anyone to distract you or just like talk about anything else. So, or even if you can like call someone on the phone while you're in the grocery store, I know that sounds crazy, but call someone on the phone, call your best friend, call your boyfriend, call your mom, call whoever, and just talk to them. It'll get your mind off of what you're doing and just like help you through it. That's honestly what I do. Like if I have to go to the grocery store by myself, I'm kind of okay in any other store like Target or anything like that. Like I'm okay going by myself. But for some reason that grocery store, that damn grocery store, like you have to go to it and it stresses you out. So call a friend, call your mom, call whoever and try to get through it, or go at a time where like the store is less crowded. If it's the crowds that are causing anxiety, you know what I mean? Go at a time where you know it'll be less crowded. So early mornings or evenings, avoid the grocery store on like a Sunday or the day before a snowstorm, but you know what I mean?
Well, my thing is, the way I interpreted it, maybe, you know, is that you're feeling a little anxious because of how you feel that you look a certain way, that people might be staring at you. And that's why you're anxious, because you feel like everyone's constantly, you know, looking at you there. And again, just because I come from a different kind of
He does not
mentality,
have anxiety, so.
I do not. I'm very, you know, confident. I know exactly, and nothing bothers me. Like people don't get to me.
But anxiety doesn't come from not being confident.
I know, sir. Excuse me. That's not what I meant. Like, I have no issues like going. I'm fine. Clearly, being on stage and talking to people.
Well, so am I. But that's not. You're missing. Okay. See, I'm getting defensive because I'm like, so am I. That's not where anxiety comes from.
But I'm just saying the way I feel like her anxiety is that from again, I could be completely wrong, and I apologize if I am. I just felt that you feel anxiety because the way people look at you, the people worried about their own nonsense in the supermarket. No one's staring at you, and I know that's how you feel. And again, and I'm sure you know that because I know that's how anxiety is. That you know that no one's looking at you. But
well, yeah, anxiety is an irrational fear. So you know that no one's staring at you, but you feel like everyone is, and that's why I'm saying like it's a little bit different. So I don't know how like. She said it's probably due to being overweight. I don't know if she means like everyone's staring at her because she's overweight. Mm-hmm. That's what she feels, or if you mean like you just have anxiety and you feel like everyone's staring at you regardless. Like, because sometimes I feel like that too. Like your anxiety can make you hyper aware of everyone around you because you're hyper aware of your own feelings. You know what I mean? So I think the best advice I could give you would be to call a friend if you feel like it takes you a long time to go in there alone. Call a friend, call somebody, distract you, or go with somebody. Like, I know, obviously, you can't have someone available to you at all times whenever you need to go do something, but if they're not there in person, maybe they can answer the phone. Maybe you can call your mom, your grandma, you know what I mean? Like, call someone, get your mind off of it. If you can't do that, put in some headphones, watch a show,
That's
listen
what
to some
I was
music,
gonna say. Yeah, exactly.
have like a podcast or something like that playing in the background, something just to distract your mind and help you to get through whatever the task it is that you have to do. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for your question.
We love you very much.
The next one says, hey girl, hey, I love you. You're so gorgeous. Your vids are so great and encouraging, and you and Henrik are the cutest ever. Thank you so much. So I want to ask you about the confidence in the bedroom. I've been married for 5 years, and over the last couple of years, I've become plus size due to PCOS, endometriosis, and a thyroid disease. I've become very shy and uncomfortable with my body, even in front of my husband, who I love and trust the most. Anytime I get a glimpse of myself during it, completely shuts me down and I can't go on. I really admire your confidence and was wondering if you had any advice for me in this situation. P.S. Your dogs are so cute and sweet, and I just want to snuggle them and give them kisses.
Oh. They want to kiss you too, trust me.
Maybe try some like lingerie that makes you feel comfortable. You don't have to be completely naked if you're not comfortable with it. Maybe put on
sexy.
Maybe put on some cute lingerie. Like I know, like when I wasn't as confident in the bedroom with Henrik, like they have these cute little like baby dolls where it's like a halter here or like straps or whatever, and then your boobs are like nice and pushed up, and then it flares out over your stomach, and then it's like a little bit sheer. Not completely though, and you can put on like some sexy underwear or not wear any underwear at all, and like you just feel you can just feel sexy that way,
It works for me.
I understand how hard that is though. Like becoming confident in the bedroom is definitely like a step above just being confident in the streets, because when you're in the streets, you have clothes on. When you're naked, it's truly like
ultimate vulnerability.
Yeah, you're so vulnerable. It's just you and your partner, and it can be difficult. It can be crippling. It really can be. Just know that your partner loves you so much for who you are. Like clearly, you guys have been married for a long time. You seem like you have a great relationship. He finds you gorgeous. Like it's just not going to matter if you gain 1,000 pounds or if you lose 1,000 pounds. Your husband's going to find you gorgeous no matter what. Just try to keep that in the back of your mind, and always know that like your husband loves you no matter what. I'm sure he tells you that every single day, but if you can't get past, if that doesn't help you enough, try to find some sexy lingerie. Do whatever you can to make yourself feel sexy. Again, whether that's like putting on some sexy little like lingerie, if you're not a lingerie type of girl, find like a cute little t-shirt and do like the t-shirt look. Just find whatever makes you feel comfortable. And if that doesn't even help, like just get comfortable with your body on your own. Like look at yourself in the mirror and realize that this is your body. Like it's your body, so get comfortable. I can't speak. Get comfortable with it, because it's probably not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you have one body, and it just affects your overall health so much when you hate yourself. You know what I mean? It takes so much more energy to hate yourself than to look in the mirror and say, so what? Like, so what? I have a little bit of a belly, or I have a big belly, or I have small boobs, Like, who cares? Who cares? You're beautiful the way you are. It does not matter how big your boobs are, how big your stomach is, how big your arms are, how much of a double chin you have. Who cares? There's so much more to that, and clearly your partner fell in love with you for a reason and loves you for you. So just try to find something that makes you feel sexy, whether that's lingerie, like I said, or like a little t-shirt, or just anything that makes you feel like cute and sexy and just in the mood. So that's my advice. I hope that helps. I appreciate you guys so much. We got so many emails, so we definitely will be answering all of them in a couple of videos, within the next few videos. So advice videos. All right, so does she want to be anonymous? I'm not sure. Okay, she says, hello Gabriella, I love your videos so much. I need some advice, and when I say I need some advice, I need it badly. I just turned 23 years old a week ago, and I am 2 months pregnant. Congratulations. I'm currently in my last semester to graduate from nursing school. I've been with my boyfriend since I was 15 years old. We were inseparable until I caught him cheating on me via Share My Location. He was always going to the same location, and my friends and I decided to see why he was going there multiple times a week. Comes to find out, he has been cheating on me with a mutual friend of ours that's very close with us. He has now moved out of our apartment where we shared since I was 18 years old and wants nothing to do with me or our child. I'm now left with an empty apartment. He's left me with the rent to pay on my own and completely moved in with the girl. I'm horrified and devastated. I did not see this coming. I'm confused, depressed, and saddened, and I do not know what to do. I'm pregnant and now being my last semester of nursing school. I'm stressed and feel defeated. I know some might think, what about your parents? Why can't they help you? Well, my parents did not approve of our relationship because I'm Persian, Middle Eastern, and he's African American. So my parents and I relationship is strained, but I did not care, and I stood by him, and now it's like a complete slap in the face. I don't know what to do or where it starts or where to start. Everything is still fresh, but I need to be prepared as now I'll be raising this child on my own. Please give me some advice on what to do. I need it. God bless.
First of all, I want to say sorry about the situation.
Oh my God,
That's
girl.
awful.
That hits me in the feels. I'm so sorry that you're
Great detective
dealing
work,
with
by
this.
the way, but that's very unfortunate.
I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. Like, this should be a happy time in your life. You know, you're pregnant with your first child and you just found out that the guy that you're in love with is a complete piece of shit. Like, complete piece of shit. I am so sorry. That is so hard because, like you said, you're a full-time student, you're in nursing school, you're your last semester, like, you're almost done. Congratulations again with that. That's a feat on its own.
That's amazing.
But you're stuck now with this apartment, all the bills to pay, and you're pregnant. So, girl, that hits, like, oh my gosh. I feel you. I'm not pregnant, but I mean, I feel you.
We understand it's awful. It's tough.
I'm trying to think, like, how you could get out of this situation. Like, do you think you could maybe break your lease early? Like, is that something you could talk to your landlord about? Like, could you move back with your parents? Like, I know you said that relationship is strained, but I know that, like, a parent's love is so strong. Like, I'm sure no matter what you do in your parents' eyes, like, they're always gonna love you. So maybe you can, like, talk to your parents, like, see maybe if you can move back with them. That could be an option. You know, I know that you're pregnant, so maybe you probably want your own space, but maybe you could move out of that apartment and maybe downgrade to, like, a studio or 1 bedroom. I'm not sure what your apartment looks like right now, but if you could maybe break your lease early, I don't know when your lease is up, but paying all the bills on your own and being a full-time student and being pregnant and only being 23 years old feels like so much to handle. So I would say maybe try to talk to your parents. Like you said, I know your relationship is strained, but your parents are going to love you no matter what. So as long as, like, maybe you can have an honest conversation with your mom or your dad, whichever parent you're closer to, and just tell them, like, what's going on, how much of a piece of shit this guy turned out to be, like,
handle the I told you so's.
Exactly. Like, just take the I told you so's and take it with a grain of salt, you know, just, like, what's it called? Swallow your pride for a second, and just talk to your parents and break it down to them. And hopefully they can help you out in some way, whether that's letting you move back into their house or just giving you some, you know, like, parental advice. Like, I feel like this is a time where you really need family, especially if, like, your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend doesn't want anything to do with the baby or you. Like, you need your parents, you need family, you need friends to lean on. So I definitely would say try to reach out to your family.
Yeah.
As, like, a first step.
I don't know. I know just from you know, in my previous business, I know that, you know, Middle Eastern Persian parents are very strict and very hard. And I know, I don't know if moving back is an option and, you know, swallowing your pride is life, but I know that it can be done if it needs to be done. My aunt was in a similar situation, and it's just sometimes, you know, you just might have to put the S in your chest and become Supergirl.
Oh, totally.
And,
like,
just, you know,
that's the thing. It totally can be done. You know, like, you're totally capable of doing anything you want to do. Whether that's getting a second, third, fourth, fifth job, whatever it may be, to make it work. I know that you are capable of doing that and doing whatever it is to provide for your child. That's not a doubt in my mind. I know you can totally do that. So what I was saying with your parents is just make it a little bit easier on yourself. See if they have some advice for you on, like, breaking a lease. Because I know at 23, like, I knew nothing about, like, leases or breaking leases or, like, anything like that. Like, just maybe seeing, like, if they can give you some advice on that, or talking to a family friend or a friend or something like that. And either trying to get out of your lease if your apartment's too expensive, moving into maybe a more affordable apartment. And then, like I said, getting another job, possibly. I know that's a lot to take on, especially if you're a full-time student. But it's crunch time, you know what I mean? You got to do what you have to do right now for your child. So. And
you're only 2 months in, so you're not, you know, you can maybe do it for the next couple months. And maybe if it's possible, you know, you find a friend or someone from college that you really trust that they can move in with you and help you out with both of those bills. You know, it's not.
Yeah, have a friend or roommate or something move in.
Exactly.
If you can't break your lease, you know, if it's too expensive to break your lease or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, and again, I think maybe just to try and stay, you know, you have a place where you're already planning to have the baby, so I don't know if you already have, like, a nursery set up or all these kind of things.
Well, she's 2 months in, probably not.
Yeah, true. I was going to say facts. But I think, having your own space is important when you're, if you can go home, if that's what you feel is the best option for you.
Yeah, I mean, going home may not be the best option, but definitely I think that she needs family right now. And I think that whether that's your parents or family, friends, like you need a support group. You need people to rely on, just to help you a little bit, whether that's like advice wise or just like anything, I can only imagine how much of like an emotional roller coaster this has been for you. Not only finding out that you're pregnant, that your boyfriend of 8 years is now cheating on you with a mutual friend. Like, it's an emotional roller coaster. I'm gonna try to narrow my thoughts because
it's very tough. It's a very tough situation. This is a really
tough situation, and I feel so deeply for you that you're going through this. So, okay, just know that you can do this no matter what you have to do. You can totally do this on your own. Like, you've got this, girl. Like, if you don't feel like you can go to your parents or family or friends or anything like that, just know that you can truly do this, whether that means getting a second job or third job or however it is that you need to make money. You can do this. Keep pushing through school. This is your last semester. Like, as soon as you're done with school, you know that you're gonna be able to get like a really great job in nursing.
Exactly.
You have your future kind of laid out for you. Like, you really are on a really great path with like your career choice. So you have that. That's kind of like, you don't have to worry about it so much. I would say just focus on either, if you can't afford the apartment, getting out of the apartment, breaking your lease in some type of way, or like Henrik said, have a friend move in with you, or like get a roommate or something like that. Someone you trust.
Don't just get anyone because you're pregnant and you have to think about the baby. But
someone you trust that you can just help, that they can help you financially with the bills. And if you can't, again, put that S on your chest, like Henrik said, and get that second job.
Waitressing, bartending, tips, you get home cash every day.
Do whatever you gotta do, girlfriend, because it's you and that baby now. That you have to have like a one-track mind. You gotta put your blinders on. It's just you and the baby. You and the baby graduating school. Like, and I'm sure it's already March, so your school is probably done next month. If it's college. Well, it's college, so next month.
3 months, yeah.
So, oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I wish I could help you more.
But, the situation has happened. Mothers are stronger than anybody on the planet. So, it's time to be, step up as a mother earlier. You thought you had a couple months to plan everything out. But, hopefully you can find someone or find a way to supplement the income to take care of the house, and then find a way to continue and provide for the baby, which I'm sure you can, because if you're going to be, have a nursing job, those are very well-paying jobs, and you're going to be good, and hopefully you can get one right before the baby is born.
Totally.
And have one lined up, and then after, a couple weeks, a couple months.
Just try to, like plan everything. Like, if you have to write it down, like, get a budget together, like, write down your bills, write exactly how much you spend on electric, gas. I know you probably know that. Water, your food, your gas, if you have a car payment, insurance, like, write down all of your bills, figure out what it is that you can afford. I don't know if you have a job right now. I know you said you're a full-time student. If you don't have a job, then definitely look into getting a job of some kind. I know, get one of your friends to move in with you and just try to help you with that financially, or just talk to your parents. Like I said, suck it up, eat the shit that they're gonna throw at you, and just talk to your parents, explain to them what's going on. And hopefully that they can help you in some sort of way. Girl, again, I apologize for whatever you're dealing with.
Definitely let us know.
I'm so sorry.
What goes on, what happens.
Please let me know how this works out. I'll be keeping you in my thoughts because that's a tough one.
We wish you the best.
I wish you nothing but the best. You got this, girl. Like, you got this no matter what you do. So, I love you so much. All right, that was our last question we have today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like these types of videos. I would love to continue this segment on my channel. I almost said our channel. Basically, it's our channel. On my channel. And yeah, I hope you guys all found a little bit of peace and a little bit of advice with this answering thing. I've been talking for too long. I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
Advice corner.
There we go.
I like corners. Movie corner, advice
I know,
corner.
I see that.
This advice portion.
So yeah, I love you guys all so much. Thank you again. If you want to leave your question or comment for advice, I will have the email in the description bar down below. I hope you guys all find peace. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.